Now we're going to be tapering the slap punch over the horn. I like to start this, get my taper going, then make sure that I'm drawing everything out evenly and straight. Right now is a great time if you've gotten off a little bit to fix it. I go to the face of the anvil if I'm off, because now is a far easier time to fix anything that's crooked than further on down the line. So I'm just working that to make sure that my slap punch is in alignment with my indexed handle. Just keeping an eye on it. Now that I've got it straight, I'm going to continue drawing this out. Working from both sides evenly. Your stock's going to kind of spread as you're going. So we can bring that over to the face and we can bring it back into the width we would like to keep it. Working on keeping our bar straight as we go too. Do a nice even taper. Try not to get too wide. Smooth the sides as you go. Smooth the faces. With a punch like this, I keep an eye on how straight it is during each step. Just continue working it down, going for our final dimension, working as evenly from both sides as possible. Keep an eye on that index to make sure that you're lining everything up. Take care of any hammer blows on the face of the anvil while you still have some heat. Keep an eye on that width dimension. If you need to, you can narrow it up a little. Checking the width and checking the thickness with my metal ruler. Got to go just a little more. Continuing to work from both sides, trying to get a nice smooth taper. Where it's got some marks, I smooth those out. And if it's a little wide, I'll work the sides down. I want this taper to be pretty even at the end of the tool. That way the hole we punch is uniform in size all the way through some thicker material. So I'm trying to get the sides evened up for my final dimensions here. After I get the sides smoothed up, I'm going to measure it. See how everything is. I'll take another heat, and I'll finish up the end. Marking with a white pencil. With these white chalk pencils, you can still see when it's hot a faint line. Now I'm just finishing up the tip, making sure it's a uniform width, back at least an inch away from the end. Just making sure everything's straight. We don't have a big bumps on anything or nothing's crooked. Once again, checking the dimension, just making sure we're hitting the size we want. Seems like we're pretty close. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it. We'll just cut off that little bit of the end there. So setting a line in here with a cold chisel. Now I'm going to use a hot cut chisel to cut it off. I'm not going to try to cut all the way through on the face of the anvil here. I'm just cutting into it. I'll move it to the edge and finish cutting it off. Let's get it mostly cut through. Flip it over. Just knock that end piece off. Now you're ready to file.